And it's Ken Kreitzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio in Binghamton at the American Legion Family Conventions. I have a chance to talk to the National President of the American Legion Press Association, that is Priscilla Imburgia. Priscilla, great to see you. How's the conference been going for you so far?
Busy, but good, and always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we just had a very interesting Press Association lunch with some excellent work. Recognized a lot of work at the newsletters and a lot of different people trying to figure out how to do more digital work. Certainly a trend.
Definitely, and something that we as an association have to focus on in giving that information to our members. They need an education, they need to know how there's more available to them and how you can access a lot of that without a lot of difficulty.
Absolutely, and the national conference will be next month. And what will be some of the areas that you'll be discussing at the national conference?
At the national conference, we will be talking about our continuum march forward because we are totally revamping our national association as well. We have started a different newsletter. We are looking forward to going to digital, completely digital newsletter. We have changed our emblem to be a more updated logo to fit the needs of our organization. We will also be talking about Constitution and bylaws and how we can address those issues to make them more updated. But I think our primary concern is going to be how can we further the education overall across the country of those using the various forms of media.
Absolutely, and so many topics we cover in our works at Sons of the American Legion Radio with veterans healthcare and veterans education and transitioning to employment from military service. What are some of the topics that you see being discussed by many of your writers and editors in American Legion publications?
I think part of one of the plights of our veterans that are not accessing care at the VA in a timely fashion, that seems to be quite a big topic of discussion, and rightly so for an organization such as ours. I would believe also that a great deal of our communication skills are getting the word out of what the American Legion family is about and how we really serve the community. So I think that we're trying very hard to encourage them to relate back to their local community of who they are and what they do within that community, whether it be a blood drive or whether it be care packages going across Europe and other places for our troops.
And Priscilla, maybe just mention, how did you get involved with the American Legion family?
I have been involved since I was a child because my parents were both involved, and as such I just sort of was brought up through it and started running for different offices and continued on.
And if someone wanted to get involved, learn how they can get involved with more media at the post level or at any other level of the American Legion, what's a good way to find out more information?
I would encourage them, if it's within New York State, there is a press association, the New York State American Legion Press Association. Contact them. They do have a website. Or you can contact the national one. There is a national website for the National American Legion Press Association as well. Just type in NALPA. It will come up, and all kinds of information will be readily in your hands. And please contact us. We're here to help.
Absolutely. It's great to see you. We have to thank you because you were one of our very first guest call-ins on Sons of the American Legion Radio and WVOX in Rochelle back 7-8 years ago when we started. So it's great to see you.
Well, thank you. And I was honored to be on then. I'm honored to be on now. And I want you to know that I followed you quite a bit. And I would also like you to make sure that you receive a copy of our next newsletter of NAPA, the national organization, which your radio show is spotlighted.
Well, we sure appreciate that, and we have the great joy of telling the story of Americans, military, and veterans. Great to see you, Priscilla.
Thank you again.
Ken Kreitzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio at the American Legion Conference in Binghamton.